Hello, Pauper fans of Mathonical. You're joining for round one with some Priest Reanimator, and our opening hand has a bit of both sides, except for we're missing the black. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this, just because we do have that Tormenting Voice to help us dig through our deck a little bit, and we've got the Crusher to discard to it, so if we can find an Exhume and a black source for gold in there, and the High Priest, if we just find some more combo pieces, we can just go off that way. So awesome, let's keep it. Of course, we're just going to start by playing the Prospector. It does give us the ability to play the Tormenting Voice next turn. And we drew an Exhume, so we're definitely going to try and find that black source. We don't manage to find it, but that's okay. Our opponent played a Young Wolf on their turn, so they are most certainly playing Stompy. Okay, Burning Tree. We're going to hope for not too many more. It's a second one. Okay, I think it's looking pretty scary. So we definitely want to get something going on. Either we want a black source to play this Ulamog's Crusher, or we want to find a Mogg War Marshal so that way we can just kind of go infinite here. Because we've got everything we need, we just need that Mogg War Marshal. And sometimes it's great to be lucky. So we're going to quickly pause here and just quickly explain the combo. With the Mogg War Marshal, the Skirk Prospector, and the High Priest, what we can do is we can target the High Priest to get something back from our graveyard. In this case, we're going to get back the Prospector. That's going to allow us to sack this War Marshal and its token for 2 mana, which allows us to return and replay the crown, which then gets back the War Marshal, except we still are going to have 1 token left over. Essentially, this allows us to make infinite tokens and generate infinite mana to do anything we want. Currently, we have no way of instantly winning the game at this point. We'll be able to cycle the Unearth at some point just to attempt to find that last piece just to win on the spot, but at the very least, infinite tokens should be plenty to deal with Stompy in game 1. So we're just going to keep going through this, start doing the loop, sack the Marshal, sack a token, bring it back the crown, recast it, and then you can see +1 token each time we go through this loop. Our opponent thankfully concedes. This loop can be pretty intensive. It's a lot of clicks, but hey, it's a lot of fun. Jumping on over to game number 2, let's take a quick look at the sideboard. What I want to do here is buy as much time as possible to get our combo off. So we do want the God-Pharaoh's Faithful. They're going to be great for allowing us to gain some additional life, as well as just kind of get in the way of their creatures. Prismatic Strands, the same effect. We just want to buy time. And we're also going to bring in the Martyr of Ashes. They are going to be able to clear away their whole board if they have some of those nut draws again. And what we're going to take out is the Stinkweed Imps. They don't do the greatest for getting in the way of some of their unblockable creatures, and like while they can trade, it's pretty slow, so if they have a nut draw, they're not going to do much. It's possible that we may want to keep the Stinkweed Imps in this kind of matchup, but still playing around with what kind of sideboarding plans we'd like to do. And I'm also just going to take out 1 Crusher. I'd rather just go for the infinite combo since they don't have a ton of ways of interacting with that outside of Vines. So let's just give it a try. Our opening hands, at first glance, it looks tempting. We've got a War Marshal and a Firebrand, 2 pieces of the combo. It can also be like some removal and chump blockers early. We do have Prismatic Strands, which can buy us some time. Red source plus whatever we want, so it could be a black if we draw some discard for the Ulamog's Crushers, but at the same time, I really want to go for just a full-in combo plan, and this doesn't have any card draw, digging, or anything like that. If we had some discard to get rid of these Ulamog's Crushers, I'd be much more on board, but this is really relying on us drawing some kind of discard effect to get going, so as tempting as to keep it, I'm going to ship this one back. And this is already a lot better. It may not look a little bit more anemic, but having that Faithless Looting gets us to draw into whatever we want and put the Crusher in the graveyard, so if we end up drawing an Exhume, we might have a turn 2 or turn 3 Crusher, so let's give it a try. On the top of our deck, another Crusher. We definitely don't want that. That's going to go to the bottom. Lava Dart. That's a nice pickup. We're definitely going to get rid of the Quirion Ranger just to try and slow them down a little bit. And very nice. We've drawn the Exhume. So we've gotten rid of the Crusher, and we're just going to get a black source, play Exhume, and see how it goes. I don't think Stompy has a lot of answers to a turn 3 8/8 Annihilator. So we're going to go for it. It also brought back their Quirion Ranger, and I didn't consider it right away, but we could have used Lava Dart to get rid of it again, just to prevent them from having a bunch of mana. So a minor mistake there. I think I should have just gotten rid of it right away since we're all in on this Crusher plan. We don't want them playing enough power to kind of get in the way of this Crusher. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. There's the Burning Tree, Nest Invader. So they do have enough power to get in front of this Crusher, and that doesn't sound too great. Well, that's an interesting attack. Setting with the 2 Nettle Sentinels does not seem like a great plan to me. We're definitely just going to get in front of one of them. And now they don't really have much going on here, so I'm just going to cast Faithless Looting. Get this Prospector out. I'm just going to get rid of that Green Ranger now, just so they can't sack it as one of the things with the Crusher. Let's see what they sack. Alright, just a couple things. They're going to take the damage, but at this point I'm not sure what they'll be able to do. If they had kept all 8 power worth of creatures back, they could have multi-blocked our Crusher, and while that may not be ideal, would be a plan. In any case, we did manage to get the win. Some nice quick victories. One with the combo, one with the Crusher. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Game 2.